The second exercise I'm going to show you is the second in the series of the 8 pieces of brocade. And it's got a lovely poetic name. It's called Shooting Vulture. So shooting vulture is you're kind of imagining that you're holding a bow and arrow and you're drawing back on the bowstring. So I'll show you what the movement looks like in a moment. But this exercise is for any of you who feel as though you have shortness of breath, you maybe just can't quite catch your breath. It's a really great exercise to do with everything to do with the lungs. So brilliant for asthma, for bronchitis kind of things, but generally just any shortness of breath. But because it's to do with the lungs, and the lungs are really what brings our air in, brings our energy in, it's a really energizing practice as well for if you feel really tired. Again, it will enliven the body, but also the lung system is very important in immunity from a Chinese medicine point of view. So it will help to strengthen your immune system too. Also, anybody who suffers from any sadness or grief, this is a really great practice because the lungs have the associated emotion of sadness and grief in terms of Chinese medicine. So each organ system has an associated emotion. So these are the emotions to do with the lung. So what I'm going to show you first is the movement, and then we'll put it together with the breath, and then we'll put it together with the mind, as we did for the first exercise. So the movement, first of all, I just want to show you the hand position. So what I'd like you to do is just put your hand out in front of you like this, like a stop. You're doing a stop sign. So you've got the wrist kind of bent, the fingers are pulled back. And then I'd like you to make just a loose fist with that hand. The elbow is bent, you're not locking out in the elbow, so you've got nice softness in the elbow. And from this position, lift up your index finger and point your thumb out, but keep the other fingers in the loose fist position. And now looking at those two fingers, I'd like you to try and separate those two fingers as far away from each other as you can. And you'll feel a bit of a stretch. And at the same time, just pull the whole hand back. So you feel this lovely stretch in the heel of the hand here, and maybe going down the inside of the forearm. So that's the hand position, and I'm showing it to you forwards like this because the arm is actually going to move to the side, and you won't be able to see that so clearly when I'm showing you the rest of the movement. So that's tough enough just to do it on its own. So just maybe give it a try with the other hand. Go into the stop position, make a loose fist, and then point the index finger up and the thumb out to the side. Separate those two fingers as much as you can. It's really tricky. It's not an easy exercise to do, even just the hand position itself. And then relax. Okay. Now, again, for anyone who doesn't have flexibility in those fingers, you only do what you can. And if you've got any issues with your wrists, again, please don't go into any pain with this. Just do whatever you need to do in order to create a little bit of a stretch. Okay, so from here now, I'm going to show you what we do. So you can follow along if you want, or you can just watch for the first one and see. Okay, so the hands come up, palms facing upwards. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to go to one side. So with that hand position now, you're going to push the hand out to the side at shoulder level and look between the index finger and the thumb. And at the same time you do that, with the other hand, you're going to make a very loose fist. The thumb sits on top, not inside the fingers. And you're going to imagine like you're pulling back the drawstring of a bow. So pull back on the bow. And you see here how my elbow is up at shoulder level. It's not dropped down here. So again, if your shoulders allow this, and as you do this, really pull back on the bow and feel the shoulder blades coming closer together behind. Feel broadness and expansion across the front of the chest and the collarbones. Look down the space between the index finger and the thumb, pushing the heel of the hand as far away from you as you can. And then allow the hands to drop down and relax. We're going to go to the other side now. So we want to make this a lovely flowing movement. So as I said to you there, as the hand extends to the side, you're also drawing back on the bow with the other arm. So it's a lovely simultaneous movement. It's a lovely stretching action that you feel. And you really get to feel this lovely openness in the chest as the shoulder blades come back together at the back. So chest and upper back, again, this is a brilliant exercise for them. So picking up the hands, making the loose fists, and extending and drawing back at the same time. So this is my tricky side with the hand. I find that really difficult. Check for yourself, maybe just look at your elbow on the other side and check that it's up at shoulder level before looking back down between the index finger and the thumb. Pulling back, opening the chest, feeling that lovely expansion in the chest and the shoulder blades coming closer together. And then relax. Now this is a tough one. So again, have a rest if you feel like you need to. It's super energizing though, so it's really worth doing. So we'll do it with the breath now. Breathe in as the hands come up and breathe out as you open and stretch the chest. Breathe in, hands come down. Breathe out, go to the other side. Breathe in, come back with the hands to the center. Breathe out, extending. Breathing in, coming back to the center, relax the shoulders. Breathe out, extending. Check that the elbow is at shoulder level. Breathe in, one more time to each side with the breath. Remembering breath is in and out through the nose and not forgetting to smile. Qigong is fun. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathing into the center and coming back, resting the hands down on the thighs. So we're now going to put this together with the mind. So we have the breath and the movement already. So with the mind, what you're going to be thinking of as the hands come up to the center here, again, as the hands lift, very much like the first exercise, you're thinking of internally with your mind, drawing the chi up from dantian in the lower abdomen, up into the chest area. And then as you breathe out, depending on which side you're going to, the hand that's going to extend to the side, you're thinking of breathing all the way out, down through this arm, and down really into the thumb. So this is where the lung channel runs from just under the collarbone here, it comes out from the lung, from just under the collarbone, and then all the way down the arm into the outside of the thumb. So that's the kind of pathway you're thinking of. And in your mind's eye, seeing the chi, seeing the energy going out through the thumb. And a really great way of thinking of this is imagining that your thumbnail is getting longer as you do this lovely expression of movement to the side. So you're feeling as well, obviously, this lovely openness in the chest. So let's do this with the mind and the breath and the movement. Breathing in, drawing the chi up into the chest area. Breathing out, down through the arm, into the thumb, out through the thumbnail. Now breathing in, seeing the energy coming back into the body and down to dantian. Breathing in, drawing the energy up. Go to the other side now, breathing out. Pulling the shoulder blades together and then drawing the energy back down the thumb, up the arm as you allow the hands to drop into the chest and the energy comes back down into dantian. So it's simple movement of chi moves up and down the arm as you breathe out. And then that lovely chi from the outside comes in down through the arm as you breathe in and down through the center of the body to Dantian. And to the other side, breathing in and breathing out. Seeing your thumbnail getting longer. And then breathe in, coming down through the arm, down through the center of the chest into Dantian. One more time in silence now. Maybe close your eyes even and see how it feels with the eyes closed. And now just relaxing, allowing the hands to come back onto the thighs and then dropping them down by your sides. Close your eyes. And again, observing how the arms, the chest, the upper back feel. Any temperature difference, any lightness or heaviness, any tingling sensations. Anything worse, maybe any more tension. Sometimes Qigong can highlight areas where the qi flow is a little bit blocked. And so you feel like everything's happening in a loose and free-flowing way, apart from in one spot where it just all seems a little bit stuck. And now opening the eyes again and allowing the hands to rest down on the thighs.